All right. Good morning, everyone. Or everybody. Or Jesus. Really? How am I getting a text right now at 6 a.m.? Who could be texting me? You know what? I liked it better when I thought someone was texting me because it was just the weather updating on my phone, and now I feel kind of sad. Sad and lonely. Sorry if that vibration startled anyone, and sorry for rambling. But yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is when you're watching this. This is going to be my answers to the would you rather questions. I'm doing it with no cuts, so this is going to be completely raw audio. Just kind of like me rambling and talking to you guys, kind of like a podcast or a live. But yeah, hopefully you like it. If I sound sick at all, I am so sorry. I am sick. I think it's because of I'm not sick, I'm a little under the weather, but I think it's because of the weather. For instance, it's becoming warmer where I live. Even though technically it's supposed to be winter for at least a couple more weeks. Anyway, I'm not complaining. I like it warm, but at the same time, not to get political or anything, but this is definitely caused by global warming. So that's really sad, and I'm used to it being winter up until a couple weeks after spring starts, honestly. But anyway, trying to enjoy the nice weather while we have it, but am still getting over some kind of like sinus thing. So yeah, my voice might sound a little bit hoarse. But yeah, anyway, let's get into the audio here for Would You Rather. So I am just scrolling through my community page here. Okay, the first one was, would you rather give up sugar forever or give up internet forever? And most of you voted for give up sugar forever. It was 90 to 10. And honestly, I would have to agree with you guys. It would be very good for me to give up sugar. Sugar is actually not very good for you, though sugar in like food, like obviously you're gonna have fructose in your fruit, which is sugar, but it's natural sugar. So I'm assuming that it's not talking about giving up sugar that's like inside of other foods, if that makes sense, but more like refined sugar. So yeah, I would give up sugar forever. Giving up internet though might be good. I don't know if you guys are into like Minecraft, but I am very into Minecraft, and one of my favorite Minecrafters is Mumbo Jumbo. Let me know if you guys have heard of him in the comments below, but he is one of my all-time favorites, and I watch him all the time. I love the Hermitcraft content and everything like that. But in one of his episodes recently, he mentioned that he has a parental lock on his internet on his phone, and that I think his partner has the passcode to it, but he's only allowed 1 minute of internet usage per day because I think that's the minimum you're allowed to put on the phone. And he said not having it like sparks old time conversations where you had to kind of make up stories and ponder the questions you're asking, not just having direct instant access to all of the world's knowledge at your fingertips. It's kind of interesting, and I thought that that was very neat of him to do that. So, yeah, just a shout out to Mumbo Jumbo. No big deal. Anyway, would you rather part two? Would you rather always have wet socks or always have a pebble in your shoe? So, at first, I wasn't. I mean, I don't like wet socks, it's true, but I wasn't fully convinced that the pebble was the right choice at the beginning. You guys voted 75% pebble in the shoe, 25% wet socks. What sent me over the edge to choose pebble in the shoe is that the wet socks will make you ill after a certain amount of time. Like, that is not good for you to have your feet wet like that 24/7. So I would definitely go with the pebble in your shoe. The health complications for having the pebble in your shoe would just be much less than having the wet socks. Like, obviously, if you kept the pebble right on your heel or something for the majority of your walking, that could cause, I would say, bone spurs in the heel, which are very painful, I hear, as well as, I would say, misalignment in your spine, because you would be raising your one side of your body just very slightly, which can throw off the homeostasis, I would say, of your anatomy, honestly. But I just feel like the pebble is the option. You could have it where the arch of your foot is, somewhere that doesn't necessarily always touch your shoe, and things would be fine. Though, to be... Oh, I'm so sorry. Had a hiccup or something. I do find it extremely frustrating when I'm wearing sandals or Crocs or something, which, by the way, totally support Crocs. Such a Croc girl, not even gonna lie. But, yes, so I hate when I have pebbles in my sandals or my Crocs so much. So it's just about getting sick, I guess. Next, let's see here. Would you rather part 3? Anything you eat is good nutrition, or you only have to sleep 1 hour a day. You guys voted 69% anything you eat is good nutrition, and the other 31% voted you only have to sleep 1 hour a day. For this one, man, I had a hard time with this because, just like you guys, a lot of you guys anyway that I hear, I have a hard time getting to sleep. So only having to sleep for 1 hour a day would be so bomb. But I kind of like the act of sleeping. Like, I like to be zeroed out because most of the day I'm constantly going, working 110%. Like, as you guys know, I'm doing school, I'm doing full-time work, I have house chores, I have, pets and family obligations, I have friend obligations, I have YouTube now that I'm working on, and potentially a second channel, not to make you guys freak out or anything, but I have big plans for the future and I really want to do stuff. Honestly, 3 channels. I would love a channel that was specifically dedicated to reading stories, and then another channel that's specifically for gaming. Like, once I get my new rig, my new PC, I would 100% love to do Minecraft videos, and I say Minecraft because that's pretty much all I play these days. I used to play games, like all kinds of different games, so I do consider myself a gamer, but Um, yeah, I am a gamer. You know what? I platinum Dark Souls 3. So I'm not even going to say that I'm not a gamer because that's a hard game. Let me know if you guys have platinumed Dark Souls 3. And yeah, I think that's a genuinely, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? I think that that is a valid benchmark for gaming. Like, oh wow, you play Dark Souls? Oh wow, you beat it? Oh my gosh, you like platinumed it. So you got all of the achievements? You crazy girl. So, yes. But yes, I would probably have to pick sleep 1 hour a day, even though the idea of anything you eat is good nutrition sounds amazing. I would rather take all of the extra time to be able to do the things that I want to do and to have time to do them nice and make things quality for you guys. But also, if I had to only sleep 1 hour a day, I could cook, which I also enjoy to do, and I could make healthy food for myself, so it's not that much of a concern. Plus, if I only had to sleep 1 hour a day, I would be making more money, and paying for that food would not be a problem. Sorry for bumping the table just then. Moving on to the next question here after I get a drink of water. Sorry for the drinking ASMR that's about to happen. Okay, so part 4. Would you rather always feel like you have to sneeze or always hiccups forever? This one bothered me so much. So 66% of you said feel like you have to sneeze. 34% said always hiccups forever. I think I would rather choose, I would go with you guys and always feel like you have to sneeze. That's irritating, but I think that it would be completely worth it and not really that bothersome to me because I like sneezing as well. I know a lot of you said that in the comments, so I'm going to have to go with that as well. I don't have much of an explanation other than when I had hiccups for an extended period of time, like over 2 days, it was extremely irritating. Like, began to hurt my diaphragm. So, yeah, I'm going to go with, oh, plus having hiccups constantly, I wouldn't be able to do audios for you guys, and I love to do audios for you guys. So, yeah, that's just a obvious choice. Okay. Would you rather part 5? Public browsing history, photos, etc., or never use cell phone again? And it looks like it's not letting me view the whole post, but you guys got the point. I would just have public browsing history and photos. Like, I'm doubting anyone's searching my full name regularly, and it says here that anyone who searches your name online would have access to it. I genuinely doubt like more than a handful of people would ever do that. So I'm genuinely not concerned, and also though maybe my past browsing history has been maybe a little sus, I don't, it obviously would never get me in any kind of trouble. Like, it's not like that. It's just like, oh God, like, really? Anyway, yeah, so, and plus, like, I mean, I'm not someone who would want people to get a hold of their nudes or something like that. and I would never like try to sell them or anything like that, but um to me, I'm very clinical, kind of like nursey and kind of stuff like that, where I genuinely, the human form to me is not always, it doesn't need to be sexualized constantly. Um, so I don't know. People seeing my naked body would not be my ideal. It would not be what I'd prefer, but it, it would just, eh, those handful of people, if they're really looking me up, I guess they can have that. That's the only kind of pictures I would be concerned about. For the most part, I just take pictures of animals and plants in my family. So yeah, so the browsing history, like for the most part, they would be seeing a lot of really boring stuff, maybe like a couple spikes of like, oh my God. And then for the photos, mostly boring stuff, mostly stuff that I'm into, and then maybe screenshots of drama that I wanted to send to my friends. But other than that, yeah, I guess just maybe a couple pictures of myself that I wouldn't want out there necessarily, but at the same time, I genuinely don't care. We all have bodies and they all become naked at some point, so I'm not concerned. It's literally not a big deal for me. Looks like you guys were very split on, I can't talk this morning. Oh my God. Split down the middle for this. Most of you decided to never use a cell phone again at 51%, and then another 49% of you said public browsing history, so that's pretty cool. Okay, let me catch my breath here. I apparently can't talk. So, okay, part 6. Would you rather work as a bouncer at a trashy nightclub or as a personal assistant to a high-maintenance celebrity? I would be a really good assistant, honestly. Like I said, I do tons of work all the time. I am very um, self-motivated. I am, what's the word? I'm responsible and I'm timely and I get my stuff done. So I just think that I would be really good at planning and communicating and making sure that things got done what needed to be done for that celebrity, even if they were high maintenance. I think that that would be cool also because as an assistant to a celebrity, especially like a well-known one, you would be able to travel and you would be able to go to very cool events and stuff like that. So I think that would be completely worth it. The bouncer, it kind of scares me, honestly. As someone who's been to a few different clubs in maybe potentially sketchy areas, I know and have seen things that people have tried to get past the bouncers, and I don't know. I think that that job is very risky, and I'm not necessarily down. So I think the last time that I went to a club, honestly, which was within the last year, I saw they started using metal detectors, like the wands, and I think that's really cool because the world is kind of scary these days. So, okay. Oh, did I say that you guys would have chose assistant as well? 60% of you said assistant, 40% said bouncer. The person who said that they got stabbed before as a bouncer, honestly, that is insane. Thank you for telling me that story because, wow. Okay. Would you rather part 7? Would you rather get $1 every time you compliment a stranger or 100 every time you insult a stranger? 56% said compliment, 44% said insult. I would agree with the majority here, and I would want to compliment people. I would rather put positivity out into the world than negativity, even if the insults were silly. I am very much so someone who wants to put good out into the world, and the idea of insulting people for financial gain just doesn't sit right with me. Yeah, no. So that one's pretty simple. No explanation there other than I want to put good out into the world. Okay, part 8. Would you rather wear clown shoes every day or a clown wig every day? Okay, for me, it's the wig. I could not possibly wear the shoes because I enjoy hiking, and also I go to the gym all the time, so the shoes would be very problematic. I can't imagine doing the stair climber in those clown shoes. But the wig, unfortunately, it would draw attention to myself, but I don't know. It doesn't say you can't straighten it. Like, what if I straighten it and I just have really pretty rainbow hair? That just seems pretty cool. So, I don't know. Yeah, for sure the wig, but the weirdest part about these questions is that they're not hyper specific, so it's kind of fun to try to twist them to your benefit a little. Even though, yeah, that might not necessarily be how the question was intended, but yeah, I could straighten the wig and it would look pretty normal. Oh, this one was interesting. Oh, crap. 61% of you guys said shoes. 39% said wig, which is honestly very surprising to me because I think that most of you that commented said wig. And then for some reason, it just, yeah. Okay. So, would you rather live inside your favorite childhood book or movie? 32% said book, 68% said movie. Well, my favorite childhood books were, and don't come at me for this, but they were the Warrior Cat series. I read all of them. They were Chef's Kiss. And then my favorite movie, the first one that comes to mind would be The Hunger Games because it came out around my birthday every year, and I loved those books as well, but that's like the movie that I'm thinking of from my childhood, but really that was my teenhood rather than childhood, so I can't really even think of a movie, my favorite childhood movie. Like, genuinely, I'm not so much a movie person. I am more of a book person, and I would have to say that I would really like to be inside of the Warrior Cats books because I would be able to be a cat and go around and live in nature with my clan. And yeah, I mean, those books were kind of dark, not gonna lie, but I don't know, it just seems kind of freeing to be a cat out in the wilderness with your friends and just being able to exist and work as part of a clan and have your assigned jobs and all of that. So I don't know. Would you rather have the ability to pause time to finish tasks or the ability to increase your speed to get things done faster? You guys said 81% stop time, 19% zoomies. At first, I thought that these questions were more balanced, but they're not. Stop time is the obvious winner, in my opinion. It is by far more powerful, and I feel like it would be less stressful than the zoomies option because you would just have basically unlimited time to do what you wanted to do. So Yep, I'm gonna have to go with stop time as well. Okay. Would you rather find out that your best friend's partner is your soulmate or have your partner fall in love with your best friend? You guys chose 56% you love your best friend's partner, 44% partner falls in love with friend. I would never, ever, ever, ever take my best friend's partner away from them. Ever. Just, oh well, too bad. And I'd rather be alone than do that to them. So I would let my partner fall in love with my friend and be alone. Yeah. And I don't remember if I said this already, but you guys chose 56% you love your best friend's partner versus 44% partner falls in love with friend. So you guys are actually opposite with me on this one, but not by much. I mean, it's almost split down the middle. Would you rather have no taste buds or be colorblind? Okay, this one, I would have to be colorblind. I love like the beauty of the world and everything like that, and I love color and I love art and all of that. But not being able to taste my food would be absolutely horrific for me. Like, I am such a foodie. I love eating. So that just wouldn't fly for me. Looks like you guys said 71% colorblind, 29% taste buds. So looks like most of you agree with me. But yeah, for sure. Okay, so would you rather eat an entire stick of butter or send out an embarrassing email to your entire company? As someone who has worked for a large company in the past, I used to actually work on emails a lot. The idea of eating an entire stick of butter without anything with it, like toast or something, sounds disgusting to me. I love butter on things, but I genuinely probably would rather send the embarrassing email, even though that would give me a stomach ache as well. Man, that one's hard though, actually, because I overthink everything and I would have nightmares about sending that email for the rest of my life, whereas the eating the entire stick of butter would be bad for me just kind of in the temporary. You know what? I changed my answer. I'm going to eat the stick of butter. That's 80% of you agreed with me. Eat the entire stick of butter versus 20% wanting to send the embarrassing email. So, yeah. Let's see. Not gonna lie though. I'm kind of gagging thinking about eating that butter. Okay, so would you rather wear a snowsuit in the desert or your birthday suit in Antarctica? 83% said snowsuit, 17% said birthday suit. So, I looked into this. Oh, sorry. Oh. I looked into this, and it's about negative 70 degrees at the center of Antarctica, with it warming up around the edges. And that's an average temperature, and that's Fahrenheit, by the way. So negative 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which that's going to bother me now. I thought I was going to have this ready. And I literally just had chemistry class and still can't remember the Fahrenheit to Celsius conversion. Negative 70. Okay, so it would be negative 56.6667 degrees Celsius. So, in my opinion, that to me, okay, so I'm just gonna assume that it's not for a long period of time. Like, you're not trying to survive there. I would choose the birthday suit option. Here's my reasoning. Negative 70 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 56 degrees Celsius is really cold, like extremely cold. But I don't know if you've heard of this or done this, but I have done cryotherapy before, and it was, let's see how much it was in Celsius. Okay, so it was negative 160 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 106 Celsius. The chamber that I went into, I only had to stay in there for 3 minutes, and it was awful. It was like the worst thing I've ever done in my life almost, and I've jumped in lakes in the wintertime. But I think that negative 70 would be tolerable after having done negative 160. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that I don't really tolerate the heat super well, like extreme heat. And I'm assuming in this scenario you have to wear the snowsuit, like you can't take it off. So, yeah, that sounds miserable to me. So I'm going to go with birthday suit. And I'm also going to assume that you would be taken out of the scenario before you die. In both scenarios, but still, like, I'd rather endure the cold than the hot. Yeah. Anyway. I think this one's the last one here. Would you rather be able to watch your dreams back in video format or be able to fall asleep by snapping your fingers? And 79% said snap fingers to sleep. 21% said watch your dreams in video. I think it would be so cool to be able to watch your dreams in video. Like, especially if you could recall dreams that you couldn't even remember. That would be so dope. But I think I would have to go with snap fingers to sleep, just because, as mentioned, I don't sleep very good. Sometimes I have trouble getting to sleep. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I hope you liked this video. I hope that it was a good community building opportunity to get to know me a little bit better and to kind of go through those questions again. I do intend to post more. It's just been kind of, like I mentioned, busy on my end. But yes, and if you have any would you rather questions that you want me to post, you should comment them below. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. And yeah, I'm thinking about doing a Q&A, but I'm not ready for it yet. So I'm thinking once I hit 1,000 subs, I'll do a Q&A. So help me get there. Share my content. I don't know if that's a thing. I know that people comment a lot on other people's ASMRs, like that they can't let their friends see that they're watching it and stuff like that, but I don't know. I've shared ASMRs with my friends in the past, so if you have like a Discord community or a Reddit community, Twitter, whatever, share my stuff. That would be so cool. I would greatly appreciate the support. Like and comment also helps. Watching my whole video instead of, clicking off also boosts it in the algorithm. Those are all free things that you can do that would really help me out. When you boost me in the algorithm like that by sharing and commenting and watching the full video, it pushes my content to more people that might view it. So that would be super cool. Also, liking it and subscribing if you're not subscribed. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you've made it this far, you are so loved. Even if you didn't, like, I don't want you to think you're not loved. Oh my gosh, that sounded so bad. But if you did make it this far, I just want you to know that you are so loved and appreciated. I am so thankful that you're here on my channel. Thank you for taking the time to hang out with me today and to listen to me, even though my voice is kind of sickly, and I'm sure I talked a lot when I didn't need to, but I don't know. Maybe it will be pleasant for someone to listen to. If it's pleasant, let me know. Maybe we'll do another one. But yeah. Oh, there was another thing I wanted to say. What was that? Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah, just a thank you for all of those who have donated on my Throne account. I did want to also mention that I do have a Ko-fi account as well, or Ko-fi, I don't know how it's pronounced, in case you would rather like make smaller donations as well, because that allows you to do like $1 donations and stuff like that. You know, it's kind of like the buy me a coffee thing. So yeah, it's a good way to help as well if you are in a financial situation to do that. It's kind of like a tip. If not, though, the options that I mentioned previously would be extremely helpful, especially sharing my video on other platforms. And yeah, I think that I might open all of my videos to remixing, because if you're able to make memes of my videos, that's another good way to get people to come and sub and discover your channel. So I was thinking about doing some kind of meme contest in the future. I just haven't gotten to it yet. So be thinking of ideas. I think that that could be really fun for the community as well. And yeah, all right. I'm going to sign off now because I have to go to my job soon. But I hope that y'all have a really good day. And just remember, you are so loved. And yeah, I'm going to stop rambling now. Bye.